Hi. Show by hands, how many of you use chemical products like cosmetics, medicines, soaps? Now we know who didn't use soap this morning. And so many devices are used in the development of chemical-based processes. And most of these devices involves heating and cooling. Unfortunately, the cooling part is slow, unreliable, inefficient, and costly. And as a research scientist myself, I was frustrated with the cooling process. And I thought there had to be a better way. So what did I do? I invented and patented a cooling device that is reliable, efficient, eco-friendly, and saves money. What is more, this technology is a platform technology with scalable benefit, and it's applicable in many devices. So last year, we launched our benchtop instrument, a small-scale one, for chemical industry and the pharmaceutical industry. And we shipped 25 units last year, and we signed a distributorship agreement with a North American distributor who now buys 5 units a month from our NC-based manufacturer. What we're working on right now, which is very exciting, I'm very passionate about it, is a large-scale version of what we launched last year. And this will be for industrial applications with the ability to do process work that can speed up the work that currently is being done by process chemists. The second instrument we'll be launching this year, sometime in May, is an all-in-one heating and cooling device. So as I mentioned, we use both heating and cooling devices in the development of chemical-based products. So we're developing an instrument which is an all-in-one heating and cooling device. And so we have identified 7 different devices that combine market size of about $35 billion that our platform technology can disrupt and transform. We are currently looking for new customers, partnerships, and licensing agreements. Please stop by our booth and talk to us for more information. I'm George Ajabeng, co-founder of Ecodyst, designed by scientists for scientists. Thank you.
Our second presenter is Dan Copeland of Renovion.
Hi, I'm Dan Copeland with Renovion. I'm joined at the conference today by Carolyn Durham, who's also with the company. We've got a nebulized therapy for chronic inflammatory lung diseases. And we are unique in that we're a pre-IND company, but we have patients on therapy. And let's talk about a couple of those patients. One of those patients started therapy 11 years ago, went into the clinic at UNC, and had stopped all of her CF medications. This is a 45-year-old cystic fibrosis patient, Delta 508, was in severe clinical decline and had refused a workup for a lung transplant. This patient started therapy 11 years ago, still alive today, reduced number of days on antibiotics, as well as stabilized lung function. I had coffee with her a couple weeks ago. She credits this therapy with saving her life and is obviously very compliant. Another patient on therapy, CF background, and has had a bilateral lung transplant. 32% increase in lung function associated with therapy, and resolution of rejection and bacterial infection associated with the therapy as well. So we looked at the data on these 2 patients and said, hey, what's going on bacterially? World Health Organization just announced their dirty dozen for the year. The top 2 on that list are Acinetobacter baumannii and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. We actually inhibit those bugs at the delivered dose of our therapy into the lungs. So if you think about some of the data that we've seen in our lung transplant patients that's on therapy, along with the fact that there are no FDA-approved therapies for lung transplant patients, that to us is the reason that we're laser focused on getting this into lung transplant patients, and we're focused on that over the next 2 years. So come and hear more of what we're about later on in the conference. Thanks.
Next, we have Afreen Alam of SiNON Therapeutics.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Afreen from SiNON Therapeutics. 1 in 6 people will develop a neurological disease over the course of their lifetime. Every 67 seconds, someone develops Alzheimer's, and there are 24,000 new cases of brain tumor a year. The problem pharmaceutical companies are having is that only 2% of these drugs can pass through the blood-brain barrier. That's our body's natural defense mechanism, which keeps foreign particles out. However, with our patented nanoparticle, we can cross the blood-brain barrier and deliver these medications. This will help pharmaceuticals to increase revenue stream with existing as well as future drugs. The way that current treatment works is very nonspecific and non-targeted, leading to high side effects and high toxicity. What we can do is we can reduce the dosage and the side effects while increasing the efficacy of the drug itself. By doing so, we can help companies go through the approval process of FDA much easier. Our nanoparticle is a one-size-fits-all model. It's more of a platform technology that can be applied to many different diseases like Alzheimer's, brain tumor, and Parkinson's, just to name a few. And we have successfully been able to encapsulate 5 different therapeutics. We have begun our animal studies to test safety. We have been able to encapsulate a large biologic, as well as recently been able to create a cocktail of drugs through encapsulating 2 different drugs within the same nanoparticle. Due to its unique amphiphilic structure, it is able to cross through the blood-brain barrier. Our biggest challenges today are finding key partnerships and collaborating and moving our research forward, as well as funding. We are in our 2nd round of angel financing and looking at government grants, and I look forward to networking with you and moving forward. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Ramin Karimpour of Applied Life Sciences and Systems.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ramin Karimpour, and I represent Applied Life Sciences and Systems. And I'm going to talk to you about chickens today. The chickens are kind of we eat. And as majority of you know, everybody today, from consumer point of view and regulation point of view, is driving the industry towards antibiotic-free. The problem with antibiotic-free chicken production is chickens get sick, they die, mortality goes up 300%, and the industry loses about $10 billion a year without antibiotics. That's 10 billion with a capital B. So we have a solution. Applied Life Sciences has created a system that would vaccinate chicks on day 1 and allow the industry to gain back that $10 billion. We have strategic partners, largest animal health company in the world, who will be funding half of what we are looking for. And we have a team launched 150 plus products, gaining over $1 billion a year revenue. And we have the blessings and support of largest poultry integrators like Purdue Farms, Tyson, Montair, and so on. And what we are looking jointly with our strategic partner is for 1 or 2 additional professional investors to join the journey. If interested, please come and see us in Innovation Room, desk number 19. Thank you.
Our last presenter today is Danielle Wichelecki of Bonumose Biochem. I think I butchered that.
Hello, I'm Danielle Wichelecki, Chief Scientific Officer and Primary Inventor for the food ingredient company Bonumose Biochem. What do you think of when you hear high fructose corn syrup? What about artificial sweetener or even sugar? What I think of? Obesity, type 2 diabetes, and links to cancer. Consequently, in the over $100 billion global sweetener market, there exists a demand for a safe, direct sugar substitute that is low calorie and does not cause type 2 diabetes. Tagatose fills this role as a naturally occurring rare sugar that has about one-third the calories of sucrose, well, without compromising sweetness. Unlike other sugar substitutes, tagatose maintains key baking properties, such as maintaining the same bulk as sugar and having the ability to brown while cooked. The best thing about tagatose is that not only does it taste great, but it hosts numerous health benefits. Highlights include not causing tooth decay, being a verified prebiotic, and having attributes that contribute to the prevention and even treatment of type 2 diabetes. Tagatose has been pursued for about 15 years as an alternative sweetener, but high production costs have kept it out of anything beyond specialty products. Fortunately, Bonumose has invented a method to make tagatose from the low-cost commodity starch. This brings production costs down into a range that is suitable for everyday products, and therefore our tagatose is highly competitive in the enormous global sweetener market. As such, we believe tagatose has immense potential, and specifically that our technology will allow that potential to be fully realized and enable people to live longer, healthier lives. Thank you.